Okay, so picture this. You're at this massive tech conference, the Tech Horizon Summit in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a big one. Everyone there is totally focused on the future, like AI, spaceships, all the cutting edge stuff.
The big thinkers, the big ideas.
Exactly. And then suddenly, in the middle of it all, a 2-year-old walks on stage and grabs Elon Musk popcorn.
Wait, hold on, seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow, talk about an unexpected disruption. We've got articles, firsthand accounts, even Elon's own tweets about it. It's wild how this, like, totally random thing just blew up online.
Yeah. It's not every day a toddler upstages, well, anyone really, let alone Elon Musk.
Right. I mean, this is the CEO of SpaceX, the guy who's talking about colonizing Mars, and then bam, a 2-year-old steals the show.
And it's popcorn.
And his popcorn.
Yeah.
Kind of amazing. But, this wasn't just any tech titan. It was Elon Musk. The guy's known for those bold ideas, the sometimes controversial tweets.
Not exactly Mr. Rogers, right?
Right. Not exactly known for his, like, warm and fuzzy interactions with toddlers. But that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating.
So we've got Elon, this tech icon, and Sophia, this, I guess you could say, unintentional disruptor.
Exactly. And the sources really paint this picture of Elon, totally absorbed in his phone, probably thinking about launching another rocket or something.
100 things on his mind, I'm sure.
At least. And then little Sophia, armed with her stuffed bunny, Snow, she makes a beeline for his popcorn.
I can just imagine it now. So I'm picturing this huge auditorium packed with all these tech people, journalists. Everyone's hanging on Elon's every word.
Like you said, the future of everything is being discussed.
And then this tiny hand reaches for his popcorn. What was the reaction like? I mean, did people freak out?
Well, at first, not really. The sources described this kind of ripple of surprise that went through the audience, some murmurs, a few chuckles, as people realized what was happening.
Wait, is that a... Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then, as Elon noticed Sophia, everything changed. The whole atmosphere of the room shifted.
Yeah. So he didn't just brush her off.
No, not at all. And that's where it gets really interesting. According to people who were there, Elon went from surprised to, like, genuinely amused, almost like he was delighted by the whole thing.
So he was into it?
Yeah, totally. He even made a joke about Sophia having good taste in snacks. And then there's this adorable moment where he tells her that Snow the bunny approves of her choice.
Okay, that's actually really sweet. So this like totally random popcorn heist turned into this heartwarming exchange.
Exactly. It's like this little moment of humanity just break through all the seriousness.
That's cool. So it was more than just a cute moment then.
Oh, yeah. Way more. Because then this thing goes viral. Videos and pictures are spreading all over social media like wildfire. People everywhere were captivated by this glimpse of, Elon's softer side.
So it's Elon Musk, but not the Elon Musk we're used to seeing.
Exactly. It's like people got a glimpse behind the curtain and saw that even someone like him, who's always striving for these huge goals, can still appreciate a simple moment.
Yeah, I get it. It's like it challenged this whole perception of him as this serious, almost robotic tech genius.
Precisely. And that's, I think, what resonated with so many people. We often put these figures, these tech titans, on a pedestal. We see them as almost superhuman.
Yeah, I can see that. Like they're somehow different from us.
Right. But then a 2-year-old walks up and reaches for their popcorn, and suddenly they're just like us.
Brought back down to earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a good reminder that underneath it all, they're still human. They still have these moments of, like, vulnerability, these moments of connection that transcend all their success and accomplishments.
It's amazing how such a small thing, just a kid grabbing some popcorn can have such a big impact.
I know, right? We really got people talking. And not just about the cuteness factor either. Like, we're seeing articles about Elon's leadership style, people analyzing Sophia's mom's reaction, even think pieces about, like, the whole nature of viral content.
So, like, what changed for Elon after this? Did this popcorn incident actually, like, change how people see him?
I think it definitely did. The sources we've got, they suggest it made him seem more human. Less like this untouchable tech genius and more like a regular person.
Someone who enjoys a good snack?
Haha, yeah, maybe. But seriously, look at the social media comments. People were saying things like snack sharing tech and the human side of a tech titan. It's like they were seeing this playful, relatable side of him for the first time.
It's interesting how this one small interaction could kind of break down those walls.
Yeah, totally. And I think it made him more likable, too. Like seeing that vulnerability, that willingness to just laugh at the situation, it made him seem more approachable, more genuine.
So maybe this wasn't just a PR win, but actually something that could make him a better leader.
Possibly. The sources we've looked at, they actually talk about how this challenges the traditional idea of what a leader should be.
Like you have to be serious and stoic all the time to be taken seriously.
Exactly. Yeah. But this incident showed that being approachable, being able to laugh at yourself, it
Yeah.
can actually make you a more effective leader.
People probably relate to that more.
Definitely. It makes you seem more authentic, more human. And the sources point out that this plays into the whole narrative around Elon Musk. He's known for pushing boundaries, disrupting things, but there's also this element of unpredictability that both fascinates and worries people.
So this popcorn thing, it kind of added a new dimension to that, showed that his unpredictability can be, heartwarming, not just disruptive.
Exactly. Like it softened his edges a bit, made him seem less intimidating, more like someone you could actually have a conversation with. And speaking of conversations, this whole thing really blew up on social media.
Yeah, why do you think that is? Why did this one little moment go so viral? I mean, cute kid aside, was there something more to it?
I think so. The sources point to a few things. First, the surprise factor. No one expected to see Elon Musk interacting with a toddler like
He
that.
was definitely unexpected.
Right. So that
Mm.
immediately grabbed people's attention. Then there's the cuteness factor, obviously. A toddler reaching for popcorn is inherently adorable, and that makes people want to share it.
Makes for a good meme.
Uh-huh, for sure. But I think there's also something deeper going on here.
Hmm.
Like this whole thing tapped into these universal themes of connection, kindness, finding joy in the unexpected. It's a story that anyone can relate to, regardless of who they are or what they think of Elon Musk.
Yeah, I get that. It's kind of like, for a few minutes, the whole world was united by this one little act of a toddler wanting popcorn. It's kind of amazing, actually.
Right. And it also speaks to the power of authenticity, I think. People are so drawn to real moments, genuine connection, especially online, where everything feels so curated and staged.
He's like a breath of fresh air.
Totally. It was a reminder that real life, with all its messiness and unpredictability, is often way more interesting than anything we see online.
Okay, so we've talked about how this impacted Elon's image and how social media amplified the whole thing. But what about Sophia's mom, Lauren? You mentioned she had a pretty strong reaction to this whole thing.
Yeah, she did. And this brings us to another interesting aspect of this story, the parenting side of it. Initially, Lauren was mortified, like she was embarrassed, worried about what people would think of her daughter, you know, basically stealing popcorn from Elon Musk.
I can imagine. It's that classic parent fear, right? Wanting your kid to behave, especially in public.
Oh, absolutely. The sources describe her as feeling totally overwhelmed, like she was failing some kind of parenting test,
It's tough to be a parent in the spotlight.
for sure. But then she saw how Elon reacted, his kindness, his willingness to just go with it, and it totally changed her perspective.
Sounds like a learning moment.
It was. The sources actually quote her saying, "I was so worried about how it looked. But watching someone like Elon just embrace the moment taught me that sometimes you just have to let life happen."
It's like she realized that trying to control everything, especially with a toddler, is just impossible.
Right, and that sometimes the best thing you can do is just go with the flow, embrace the chaos.
And that sometimes those unexpected moments turn out to be the most meaningful ones.
Exactly. So it wasn't just about parenting, it was about learning to let go of those rigid expectations, both as a parent and just in life in general.
So this popcorn incident, it kind of gave her permission to be more spontaneous, more open to the unexpected.
Yeah, I think so. And that's a pretty powerful lesson, right?
It's crazy, right? We started with a toddler and some popcorn, and we ended up talking about leadership, social media, parenting, and basically how to live a more authentic life.
I know, right?
Right.
It just goes to show you that sometimes the most profound insights come from the most unexpected places.
So as we wrap up, I think it's worth asking, like, what does this all mean for us? What can we actually take away from this whole popcorn saga?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think one big takeaway is that we should all try to be a little more like Elon was in that moment with Sophia.
Hmm.
Just like open and willing to connect.
Yeah, not taking ourselves too seriously.
Exactly. And being present in those everyday moments, even the chaotic ones.
Because those moments, they might seem small, but they can actually be really powerful.
Totally. They can change the way we see the world, the way we interact with each other, even the way we see ourselves.
And it's not just about waiting for those moments to happen, right? We can actually, create them.
That's a good point. Like, what if we all made an effort to be a little more present in our interactions, a little more open to connecting with people who are different from us?
And maybe a little less worried about, appearances and more focused on just being genuine.
Totally. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. If everyone just made a small effort to be a little kinder, a little more open, a little more present, imagine the impact that could have.
Yeah, that's a cool thought. Like a ripple effect of positivity, all
Yeah.
stemming from a shared bowl of popcorn.
Uh-huh, exactly. So maybe the next time you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, just remember that moment between Elon and Sophia.
Take a deep breath and look for those opportunities to connect, to laugh, to just be present in the moment.
You never know what kind of magic might unfold.
Well said. I think that about wraps it up for our deep dive today. It's been a wild ride. From popcorn heists to viral sensations to some pretty profound insights about life, leadership, and human connection.
I agree. It's been a fun one.
We hope you enjoyed exploring these sources with us and that you found something valuable to take away from it all.
And hey, maybe this will inspire you to create some of your own viral moments of kindness out there in the world.
Spread the popcorn love, as they say.
Uh-huh, exactly.
All right, until next time, thanks for listening.
See you later.